Paarl Boys, who are third in the country, taking on Boland Landbou, who are 19th in the country. It's a glorious day out here in Paarl, at the foot of Paarl Mountain. Paarl Boys, for them, it's about flexing their muscles and showing how good they have been in 2019 in the build-up to the inter-schools fixture in 2 weeks at Forest Street against Paarl Gym. For Boland Landbou, it's about writing their very own piece of history, which would be a famous win out here at Brick Street. With me in the commentary box today is former Cheetah centre Andre Strauss.
Good afternoon, Justin, and great to be back here at Paarl Boys High. And like you mentioned, a fantastic setting and a great day for rugby. There's a slight breeze around the field from left to right as we look at it at the moment, and that surely will play a part in the way the game pans out today. Paarl Boys High had a slow start to the season under new coach Peter Engeldo. They found their feet and they've just grown in stature throughout this whole season. And then Boland Landbou on the opposite side of the fence, they've been slow this year. They haven't really reached the potential that at what they can play at. But under coach Olaf Berg and Dion Castles, they're sure to be competitive today.
And also, Andres, if just one looks at Boys High season, well, we have the team sheets right here, and Paarl Boys High School are led by captain Reynard Reinsberger. Their hooker is Alistair Williams, and their tight head prop is Sebastian Lombard. The only grade 11 in the starting 15. Evan Roeder and Neil Fenter have been immense in 2019. Star Snell is a scavenger at ruck time. Ian van der Berg is the blindside flanker, and Gideon van Wyk is the number 8. He is the leading try scorer for Paarl Boys High this season with 12 tries to his name, and SA Schools player as well in that series that will happen next month. Björn van der Sant, well, the rest of the Paarl Boys backline really have to thank him because of him. They have been able to excel at their potential. Kian Meaden is the number 10, also an SA Schools representative next month, and then Javier Farmer is the left winger. Angelo Osh is the right winger. The centre combination of Tyler Box and Kieran Horn was the Craven Week combination. Tyler Box will be in the SA side as well. Kieran Horn will be in the SA second side. Jacques Rousseau, what a revelation at fullback. On the bench, watch out for Jade Hendricks and Cameron Hanekom, the grade 11. Boland Landbou, they are led by captain Reinhard Spies in the number 6 jersey. An immense front row of Hinku Smuts, Tion du Plessis, who has scored 8 tries this season. The human tractor in Henry van der Westhuizen. The lock combination is Janu Odefier and Marco de Vet, who was also in the Craven Week side. The number 7 is Corné Smith. Stefan Nokier is the 8th man who scored a try in that victory over Sachs last week for Boland Landbou. Jock Tiron is the 9. Keenan Wenzel has a lot of flair at 10. Tarek Peterson, the left winger. The right winger is Henty Fourie. The centre combination is CJ Snyman and Kanan Moody, who's their top try scorer. And at the back is Boeta Mooman. Also watch out on the bench for Fabrizio Leonard and also JJ Wiggins, the hooker. Andres, it must be quite intimidating coming up against the Paarl Boys side, who have 10 players in their starting lineup today who represented their province up at the youth tournaments last month. And owing to that as well is that they've got 6 players who are on the SA squads next month. What do Boland Landbou do here?
Yeah, there's tremendous talent in that Paarl Boys High side. Like you mentioned, 6 players that got selected for the various SA Schools teams, 10 or 11 that played for their province, and they are a great team. They've grown throughout the year and they're becoming better and better as the season progresses, and that bodes well for them going into the big match against Paarl Gymnasium in 2 weeks' time. Boland Landbou, only 400-500 boys in the school. They're very tight-knit, and they're going to have to rely on that today to get them through this match. They have to be as one man on the park. They have to fight for each other, make those tackles, and try and get a hold over the Boys High side.
Fantastic pictures here as the second team game has just finished with a Boys High victory. And for Paarl Boys this season, it's been a 12 out of 14 record, and they have scored 585 points and they've only conceded 200. It's a 385 points difference right there. And The only time they didn't win was against Holt McCar, that draw at the beginning of the season at the North-South Festival. And then also Grey College about a month or two ago away from home, where they were actually dominating Andries in the first half. Boland Landbou on the other end, well, their season, they've already actually won as many games as they have won last season, with 9 out of 14, a 64% win record. And also Andries over there, they've only lost against top 20 opposition, and many people are saying that this Landbou side are not performing to their potential, but what one has to remember is they've got a lot of grade 11s.
Yeah, Boland Landbou, they are a team that punch above their weight. They're not scared to take on the big guns, and they throw everything they have into these matches. And as it stands, they did lose a couple of games throughout the season, but they're always competitive. As of late, they've kind of been competitive for the first 35 minutes, and they've gone away in the second half, and that's something that Coach Olofberg will want to see improve today. And in that boys' eye side, Justin, just worth to mention, full of superstars and also full of players that have progressed tremendously throughout the season. Gerard Rousseau being one of them, really come on well this year. Kian Meaden, remember at the end of last year he didn't make their first team. He's come on leaps and bounds this year. He's been tremendous for the Paarl Boys High side, and one of the standout flowers for South African Schools Boys Rugby.
Paarl Boys High, last week they played Oakdale away from home, and it was their first game after the holidays and after the Craven week, and they won 42 points to 0. Boland Landbou actually got their first victory out at Sachs in 8 years with a 20-17 victory. They were actually winning by 17 points with about 15 minutes to go, and then it got really tight. And it is Paarl Boys' last home game of the 2019 season. Both these schools, Paarl Boys High and Landbou, only have 3 games left for Paarl Boys. It's of course this game, and then Rondebosch away from home, and then the ultimate game, Paarl Gym. And for Boland Landbou, they've got Paul Rus next week, and then Oakdale, Andries. So this really is the business end of the season as Landbou make their way out onto the Brook Street Fortress through Reinhard Spies, and it's a grand entrance for the captain.
Yeah, tough finish for both these teams in the season. Boland Landbou taking on Oakdale, which is their inter-schools in the last game of the season for them. It's a massive game for them as well. And then Paarl Boys High taking on Paul Gym, who's arguably been the 4th team in South Africa this year.
Reinhard Rainsberger, built like a water buffalo, leads his side out. A star-studded Paarl Boys side. And at the beginning of the season, just 4 players played in the Craven Week side in 2018. Fast forward to July, and they have 10 starting today. Final moments before kickoff. Every game is important, and you can imagine that they really know that this is their last home game of the season, and they want to give it their all. Jacques Theron, the number 9 today for Landbou. And he'll be coming up against Vian van der Sant. The referee today is Quinton Immelman. The premier panel of South African referees, test experience, Pro 14 experience, as well as Currie Cup experience.
Tremendous atmosphere in the build-up to this game. You can see the boys going crazy on the opposite side of the field. Looking at the Boland Landbou players getting ready for this massive encounter. CJ Snyman in the number 12 jersey today. Also played in the fly-off berth at the start of the season. Talented young individual.
We are underway. It's an unconventional kickoff, and it's snapped up here by Rueda. The number 4, Vian van der Sant, is at the base. And a rough sort of a kick. Gideon van Wyk, one of the gods of the schoolboy game. Van der Sant, Reinsberger now the captain. And it's a good start for Boys High. Meaden, away to box, and now Kuenhorn. He's had such a good season. Meaden now. And this time it's Neil Venter. Van der Sant, Kian Meaden to Rainsberger. What a pull that was. And luckily there for Landbou, it was a knock-on.
Good start for Paarl Boys High. Was an unconventional kickoff by Boland Landbou, snapped up by the Paarl Boys High side, and looking ominous, Justin, just so comfortable with the ball in hand and most of the players getting a touch of it. Tremendous offload by Rainsberger for a front row forward, not too bad.
So can Boland Landbou front up. They've got a great front row, but unfortunately for them, so does Boys High. Jock Teron feeds, but we'll have a reset.
Scrum time, and this will be an important platform for Boland Landbou today. The set piece will be what they will have to build their game from off. So they have to make sure that they get solid set piece ball, try and get gain line and put the big pack of forwards of Paarl Boys High on the back foot.
Play on. Now Snyman now taking the ball at Flav. Jock Teron looking on the short side. And he goes for the box kick. Pressure on Osh. Doesn't really know what to do with it, and it's been snapped up by the captain. And here we go for Peterson on the left wing. So here's an opportunity now for Boland Landbou to get the opening score. Jock Teron in trouble there. Stefan Nook here. And Wenzel with the dab ahead for Keenan Wenzel. He gathers. Amazing start for Boland Landbou. Keenan Wenzel, what a start.
Brilliant stuff by the Boland Landbou team. Great box kick by Jarktron. Back into the Boland Landbou team's hands, and there you go. Keenan Wenzel over for the first 5 points of the game.
Who would have expected that? The kid from Achenhuis.
Slightly messy by Boland Landbou, and then consolidated here. And look at this vision. Keenan Wenzel saw there was no one in behind. The pace to get the ball first, and over the whitewash for 5 points. It's only 3 minutes in, Justin. We want to say against the tide of things, Boland Landbou straight into the teeth of the wind in this first half. Jarktron with that box kick, perfectly weighted, well contested by Tariq Peterson to get the ball back into the Boland Landbou team's hands. And then 2 minutes later, 7 points to 0 up.
The Boland Landbou faithful will be quick to remind you that the past 5 occasions has been decided by 7 or fewer points. It is a picture-perfect start for the Farmers. Can they make it count? Snyman with the exit, and it's a decent one.
CJ Snyman getting in a decent kick onto the 10-meter line, and the first opportunity for Paarl Boys High to attack from set piece.
Williams, and it's an overthrow. Landbou will love this. Jock Teron, a tester again for Osh. And it's been snapped up. Can you believe it? Henku Smuts, the loose head prop, just sold up short. Incredible scenes here so far. The Farmers are here to play. And Vian van der Sant boots that out immediately. Andries, can you believe this?
Tremendous stuff. What a great start to this match, Justin. 2 box kicks by Jarktron, 2 box kicks perfectly weighted, well competed, well contested. Turnover ball back into the Boland Landbou hands. And Henko Smits almost goes over for a 40-meter run.
Tian Duplessis with the feed. It's a great line out. Stefan Nook here, taking it into contact. Jock Teron and Spies the skipper. Boys High under the cosh. Wenzel, the magic player. Landbou just happy to take it through the phases. And it's Spies once more. And it's been stolen by Boys High. A much needed steal. Van der Sant looking for distance. Tarek Peterson, who can also produce some magic, and he takes contact. Under pressure though by Tyler Box and company. Wenzel looking for space over the top, and Ush is struggling out there. Jacques Rousseau. And that is what you call a beautiful kick by the revelation, Jacques Rousseau.
A tremendous kick by Jacques Rousseau, Justin. And that's probably why he's been selected for that SA Schools A team. Such a calm head on his shoulders, makes the good decisions most of the time and executed perfectly there. But one thing you can say of this match is that Boland Landbou are up for it. They've come here to play.
A little bit of a mix-up here. Quinton Immelman just checking with his officials.
Well, it was taken quickly by Boland Landbou after that kick from Jacques Rousseau, and then kicked into touch. It's a line out on the 22-meter line of Boland Landbou.
So here comes the Brugge Street Army, making meters at will, and it's Gideon van Wyk at the back. Bjorn van der Sant, and now Tyler Box. The Sonny Bill Williams figure of this Boys High side. Meaden away to Kieran Horn. Back to Kian Meaden. And he's under pressure, and that is a great hit from Wenzel, his opposite number. And yes, Alistair Williams with the fend. Kieran Horn now. Boys High in the red zone. And Neil Fenter, the number 5. It's a good play here from Boys High. Alistair Williams now, the Craven Week hooker. Van der Sant, this is good play. Edging closer, that time it was Rueda. Van der Sant. And Reinsberger, the captain. Really close, Van Wyk for try number 13. And Van der Sant gets cleared out. Really close here. And patience is the name of the game. Van der Sant lays it up to Alistair Williams. And it's a mix-up here, a chance for Landbou to escape. But we'll come back for a penalty.
Frenetic defense by Boland Landbou under a lot of pressure, but you have to take your hat off for the Paarl Boys High side. They've been put under pressure by a very charged up Boland Landbou team. If they score here, they'll be all square after only 10 minutes. What an exciting start we've had.
Alistair Williams, and it's been poached. Jock Tehran with another great kick. Osh, he's like a flash of lightning when he gets going. Angela Osh, but he's met hard there by Spies. Still manages to gain meters. Fenter throws a dummy. Van der Sant with the show and go. And Tyler Box in a strange position. Stasnall slips the pass there beautifully. And Boys High are trying to earn their right to go wide. And Alistair Williams with the carry. Slip pass there beautifully. This could be a try here for Boys High. They're over for the score, and that is clinical stuff. Great try that time from Ian van der Berg.
Great try by Boys High, Justin. They've They really worked hard to get those 5 points. Good skill, good execution, and well rewarded with 5 points. So much maturity shown in the build-up to that try, Justin. They were put under a lot of pressure defensively. They went back a couple of times. They stuck to their systems. Good little offload. Ian van der Berg into space. A culmination of good work by the entire team.
Kian Meaden also with no mistake. 7-all. And we've seen 2 great tries in the opening 11 minutes here at Brook Street. And Boys High just showing great composure. But boy, we have a game on our hands here. Snyman, the hanging kick this time. Gideon van Wyk with a great take. Van der Sant with not his best kick, and it's a chance now for Landbou to capitalize on this one.
End-to-end stuff at the moment. Boland Landbou, first set piece in the half of Paarl Boys High. The lineouts have been tough.
Spies, Jacques Teron, and Nokia now, the number 8. Get out of the road. You run straight over Starsnell. Jacques Teron slips it to Janu Odevier. Jacques Teron, Wenzel trying to spot a gap. And he's really up for this game. The pivot. But he's held up this time. Great defense there by the Brook Street Army.
Good defense by Paarl Boys High, and I believe it was the captain Reinsberger who managed to keep up Wenzel. Certainly does have the weight advantage, does the loose head prop of Paarl Boys High. The lineouts have been tough for the Paarl Boys High team. They'd be happy to have a scrum at this occasion. They're playing with the wind, Justin, so the ball's always drifting away from their lineout jumpers, which make it slightly more tricky to look after your lineout ball.
Van der Sant and Box has a crack at the line. Gains some valuable meters and he's still going. The sensation. Tyler Box. The big don't argue. That was incredible. But the slip ball there to Marco de Wit. Teron having a great day so far with the boots. And what a take that was by Jacques Rousseau.
Great take by Jacques Rousseau, and Tariq Peterson with a naughty arm taking his feet out from under him. What a tremendous build-up by the big Tyler Box. Unfortunately, the ball going to the hands of the grade 11 student Marco de Wit. Exciting prospect for the future is Marco de Wit.
There's an injury in back play. Alistair Williams is very keen to get going.
So try scorer for Boland Landbou, Keenan Wenzel on the floor.
You see there Alistair Williams having a chat with his pack. Please remember to keep interacting with us across all social media platforms. Williams with a short ball. Some good play at line-out time there from Boys High. Kian Meaden. The switchboard at Kieran Horn. He scored a try in this fixture last year. What a try. Kieran Horn, that is quite incredible. Scores his 12th try of the season.
Vintage Kieran Horn, that was. Good line break and a pace to burn to get over for the 5-point, and he's been a stalwart for this Boys High team over the last 2 seasons, Justin. Really someone that they could count on in last year, as again this year, just coming on leaps and bounds. As a look at Kian Meaden holding up the ball, and Kieran Horn, great fin, and then pace to get over for the 5-pointers.
That is how dangerous Boys High can be. They made that look so easy. And Kian Meaden now for his second attempt. Ready. 223 points now in a Boys High jumper. And what a player.
A piece of individual brilliance by Kieran Horn. Justin looked like nothing was on. Kian Meaden carried the ball across the face of the Boland Landbou defenders, slipped it to Kieran Horn, who picked the gap, took it with a great handoff to get over for the try.
CJ Sneyman. So Boys High have found their feet after 16 minutes. Mix up there, but it's gone forward. So it will be advantage to Boys High, and they get the scrum.
Market a bit unfortunate not to hold on to that kickoff. Not a tidy kick receipt by the Paarl Boys High, but it's worked out all right for them. They've got a massive pack of forwards and a great front row in the form of Rainsberger for Mark, or Alistair Williams and Sebastian Lombard. Interesting to see, Justin, that Boland Landbou are opting to have Jacques Traun, their 9, defend in the fly position, and no one defending at the base of the ruck for Boland Landbou.
Back to Meaden, who looks for territory. It's a hefty boot. Tarek Peterson. Gideon van Wyk. Couldn't really see that one. Jacques Rousseau puts it downtown, and he's flying after it to put some pressure on. And this will be trouble now. Osh to Meaden. Kian Meaden taking it to the line. It's a free play as well. Van der Sant and Stasnal with the offload there to Lombard. We'll come back for a penalty.
The Paarl Boys are making good use of the strong breeze, and it's picking up Justin at their backs, kicking the ball into the Boland Landbou half, and it's tough to exit into this wind. Kicks don't go as far as you'd like them to go, and keeping the ball in hand against the quality side like Paarl Boys High is tremendously difficult.
A great turnout as well here at Brook Street. Almost a capacity crowd. And Kian Meaden, who made the SA first side after being in the Craven Week B side. And he tops the point scoring statistics in the Western Cape for player. Easy as you like from Kian Meaden. It's a 10-point ball game. Paarl Boys High 17, Boland Landbou 7.
What a benefit to have a kicker with the stature of Kian Meaden on your side. You're almost certain that he'll accumulate the points as the game goes on. Just keep the points ticking over and build scoreboard pressure on the opposition side.
Kieran Horn. And he has a hefty boot as well. The outside centre, a great kick from him.
Good kick by Kieran Horn on the left foot. And again, this wind just making it extremely tough for the Boland Landbou side to get any sort of territory in the Paarl Boys High territory.
Landbou getting out of trouble, but it's spilled for Gideon van Wyk, who gives a skip ball, and it's gone forward. So Landbou getting out of trouble.
Yeah, you don't want to give the Boys High team any free ball, Justin. They will punish you. They've got extremely dangerous backs. Arguably one of South Africa's best centre combinations at schoolboy level. And extremely quick wings. And then Jacques Rousseau at the back. What a revelation he's been throughout the season.
The Landbou faithful getting behind their side. Teron and Wenzel. Snyman working the pipeline. And was that high on Buta Muman? And it was.
Yeah, unfortunate again, just that reflexive arm going up, going around the neck of Buta Muman. And it's right, the referees have to be sensitive about this. We have to protect our game, protect the players' safety on the field. It's a very good kick by Snyman into this wind, advancing his side another 30 meters.
Du Plessis to throw. Teron, good line out. Wenzel with the skip ball to Nukia. And he has been a handful. The number 8. Into the 22 they go through Udafir. And it's been stolen. Boys High looking so composed. Van der Sant and back to Kian Meaden. And is that still in play? It is. Boys High with a bit of trickery that time. Venter to Meaden and tie the box. Kewen Horn and Xavier Farmer for the first time in the game. The runaway bullets. Kewen Horn is steaming after this one. And luckily for Landbou, it is a penalty.
Yeah, a little bit of ill discipline by Paarl Boys High, but you can attribute that to the fact that they're really keen to get their hands onto the ball. No malicious stuff intended there. Again, as you see the kick from Kian Meaden, opted to go for the torpedo, didn't really get it right. And then you saw young Tate post Sebastian Lombard giving chase and winning the ball back to his team, resulting in them getting right into the half of Boland Landbou. You get the feeling, Justin, that Paarl Boys High must just back themselves with ball in hand, keep putting pressure on the defence of the Boland Landbou side. They've got so many dangerous players in their team. We spoke about the back line. We haven't even mentioned any of the forwards. And Gideon van Wyk, one of the standout players of the season. Give him the ball, get him to space, and he'll do you a favour.
Du Plessis with the feed. And Henry van der Westhuizen gets smashed back in the tackle. The tight head prop. Jacques Teron takes his time. Snyman looks for an exit. And a decent clearance there.
It's not a decent clearance, Justin. It's a brilliant kick by Snyman into this breeze. It has downed out slightly, but yet a very, very good kick into a stiff breeze.
Alistair Williams. Great take. Van der Sant. Tie the box again. And Meaden this time. No fooling around from the fly off. And it'll be a 22.
Kian Meaden just turning the Boland Landbou team around, making it tough for them to get into the opposition half. And probably the right thing to do. Make them work for their yards, make them work for their points.
So Snyman. Irvan Rueda is under it. The former Jeppy boy. It's a powerful run. Fionn van der Sant. And Lombard, who throws a dummy. The big man, the tight end prop, Sebastian Lombard. Look at him go. Great sights here. Angelo Osh. And that is absolutely marvelous from Boys High.
Fantastic stuff by Boys High, and take a bow. Sebastian Lombard, what a run up the middle of the field. Getting the ball available to get this man, Angelo Osh, into space. And 5 points on the board. As you look at this, Sebastian Lombard looking to get the pass away, opting to keep it in his own hands. Great handoff, and look at the pace of the young man. Another handoff, and this over here, taken out by the ankles, offload off the floor. Fionn van der Sant doing well to get the ball away as well, and 5 points in the corner. Made me think back at Richard Bands, who scored that try against the All Blacks so many years ago, Justin.
So Boys High are really starting to put their foot down. Kian Meaden with a tough kick. Drags that one to the right. So Boys High with great comfort here with a 15 points lead after a shaky start. They have showed in this 27 minutes why they are the third best team in the country.
Yeah, they were shocked in the first 5 minutes, Justin. They were confronted by a very, very aggressive Boland Landbou side. They absorbed that pressure. They kept, they kept calm. They kept sticking to their structure, and they got rewarded by a couple of tries within the first 30 minutes of this game.
Snyman with a razzle-dazzle restart there, but unfortunately for him, it's gone forward.
It's a great idea, good execution. Unfortunately, Wenzel couldn't hold on to that ball. But that's what they want to have to do here, Justin. They want to get the ball in the opposition half, but also hold on to the ball. And they're not going to get that if they keep on kicking Boland or Paarl Boys High the ball, because they'll field it and they'll just hoof it all the way back into your own 22. So great thinking by the young men, good vision. And unfortunately, Keenan Benson couldn't hold on to that.
Fionn van der Sant to feed. Van Wyk back to van der Sant. And Jacques Rousseau hitting the line. Van der Sant with the box kick. Almost snapped up there by Ian van der Berg.
The aerial battle's tough today, Justin. The wind's blowing, it's moving in the air. It's tough to time your jump and also get yourself into the right spot. And as a result, as a receiving guy, it's very, very difficult to hold on to the ball, and easy for the chaser to put you under pressure and spoil that ball.
Supporters out and about here. See the Brush Street Army there. Boys High with a monstrous scrum there. And Van Wyk now with the carry. Neil Fenter, Kian Meaden, the skip past to Kieran Horn and Jacques Terod. And Farmer. It was actually Rousseau that time. So Landbou were under a lot of pressure there, and they can exit again. But Andries, they have to find a way to get the next points.
No, they certainly do, and they just have to hold on to the ball and make sure that they keep themselves in this game. They don't want to allow in another try before half-time and go 22 points down with 35 minutes to go. If they stick it out for the next 5 minutes, if they manage to get either 3 or 5 or 7 points on the board, they're still in it. Just before this, that turnover scrum, the Boys High scrum just going straight over Boland Landbou, and in the build-up to that scrum, I could see Sebastian Lombard with a smile on his face, looking forward to the challenge. And that's something that always astounds me, is how much forwards love scrumming. And I can think of nothing worse.
Udafir with the take. So can Landbou produce something? Boys High, well, they've stolen this one. So it's all going the Boys High way at the moment.
Boys are turning on the heat here, putting pressure on Boland Landbou in all facets of the game. Scrum time, they did well in the previous one, and now turnover, they're driving more. Boland Landbou up against it, but again, if they can hold out for the next 4 minutes, they're still in this game.
Solid scrum. Van Wyk, Van der Sant, Kian Meenan back on the inside to Farmer. And Ruder smashed back that time. Great defense by Landbou. And here's Neil Fentanyl to Van der Sant. Another massive hit there. Gone forward.
Massive hits by CJ Snyman on Vian van der Sant. You can see the Boland Landbou, the boys just losing a bit of, they're just losing their temper slightly. They feel that they're in this game. They're just not quite there yet.
Stefan Nokia, back of that scrum, the number 8. Was impressive last week. So, Tehran feeds. And Snyman to Kanan Moody. Boys High already putting Landbou under pressure. And Udafir with the carry. Tehran with the box kick, and Peterson can't hang on. And Osh.
Another box kick by Boland Landbou, and they got reward off that in the first 10 minutes of this match. Unfortunately, not being able to hold on to Tariq Peterson. Pretty evenly matched at the moment, Justin. 22 points, playing 7. Boys High win at their sails, on the front foot constantly and easily getting into the half of Boland Landbou. But this is what makes them dangerous. Strong set piece and extremely dangerous backline players.
Jan van der Sant and Meaden with the skip pass, and Jacques Rousseau didn't hang on to that one, and a chance for Landbou to break away. Buta Mumat with the run that time. Tehran and Udafir is getting through quite a lot of work. And it's a penalty. Tehran with a tap and go. He needs support. He finds his skipper in the form of Reinhard Spies. And Tehran again, looking to put Farmer under pressure. He's got so much gas, this player. Javier Farmer beats one. Good play that time by Ruder, but Kuhn Horn can't hang on to it. And it's play on. As we approach half time here in Landbou, can they produce something magical? Wenzel, Henku Smuts with the show and go. Not a lot of support at that ruck for Landbou. Udafir gives it away there to Van der Westhuizen. And it's a penalty to Landbou. So Andries, they need to have a crack here. They need to try and get some points before half time.
Yeah, they're going into half time and they've held on to it quite nicely, yes, Justin. They don't want to give away points. It would be ideal for them to get a couple on the ball before you go into the break. Just in the build up to that penalty, Boland Landbou had numbers on the left hand side here, and a fantastic defensive call by Angelo Oswood closes space for them and force them to go into the inside.
So can Landbou get some points before half time? They need some class here. Spies. Tehran Snyman taking it to the line. With the fear. Looking to ball through the phases. It's Moody. Can they unlock the solid Boys High defense? It's slow ball. And they go with the pick and drive through to Wits. Cornet Smith, the grade 11. And he's in a very, very awkward position there. And it's a penalty. So the crowd getting involved. And a little bit of niggles here. And you can see the Brooksteed Army are getting warmed up here for inter-schools, but no one really likes to see this.
Off the screens, a bit of scuffle going on the field. A couple of the Boland Landbou players taking offence, by the way. One of their players were held up.
And this is really getting out of hand now. It really is, especially considering it is the last home game for Boys High. And no one really wants to go to the bin here at all, because that could mean the end of your first team career, considering there's only 3 games left.
A lot of emotion in here, Justin. You don't like to see the boys going into a fist fight and going crazy, but you also don't want to see young gentlemen walking away from a fight and from a confrontation. Just not great to see. And in the build-up to that, 2 Boys High players held up a Boland Landbou player, got penalised, took offence, and this brawl broke out, but nothing in it, Justin, really, just a couple of handbags, as they say. It's good to see the emotion in schoolboy rugby.
Rainsberger and Spies, Boys High and Landbou respectively. And Quinton Immelman says that is the half. Well, it was a great half. We saw some great tries. Boland Landbou with a fabulous start through a try by their Flav Keenan Wenzel. And then we saw masterclass Andries, 3 beautiful tries in the form of Van den Berg, Kieran Horn with a great switch ball and a great finish. And then Angelo Osh. Thoughts, Andries?
That was exciting first half. So much to talk about, Justin. Great start by Boland Landbou. Then this Boys High team that's grown in stature throughout the season. They showed their composure and they took hold of the game again after the first 5 minutes. 20 points, 22 plays 7. Exciting second half to come.
So the second half is almost ready to go, and it's Paarl Boys 22, Boland Landbou 7, and Paarl Boys High looking in fine form. And perhaps Henri's Landbou, with this wind at their back, they might be able to get themselves back into this game.
They certainly will be able to get into the half of Paarl Boys High and put some pressure on them in that way, but you get the feeling that if Paarl Boys High hold on to the ball for longer periods of time, they can be even more dangerous, or they're forced them to keep the ball in hand.
Kian Meaden and Moody now with the take. 10 tries in 2019. Their leading try scorer for Landbou. And Peterson, what a gather by Tariq Peterson, the Academy Week player. And Landbou really need to score first in this half if they have any chance in getting back into this game. And Spies. And this could be interesting, yeah. Was that a knockdown?
It's a good start for Boland Landbou, exactly what they would have wanted to do. Get the ball, field it, kick it, and get their hands back onto ball. And this is just a bonus. Fantastic take here by Tariq Peterson. He's been good today with the kick chases, hasn't he, Justin?
And Landbou immediately now into the 22. So can they make something happen? Remember, it is a 10-year drought for the Farmers. Haven't beaten Boys High since 2009. Janu Udafia delivers, and Smith with the offload to Henry van der Westhuizen. And it's scrappy ball, and it's been poached. But luckily, that time for Landbou, it did go forward, so they have the scrum, and Andries, they really need to strike now.
Yeah, they just need to stay composed. They don't allow them for their emotions to take over. Stay composed, stick to what you have to do, stick to your game plan, and try and score first here, Justin. It's extremely important for Boland Landbou to get onto the scoreboard.
"22 plays, 7. And Landbou need a big scrum. They're going back here. And it's been turned. Gideon van Wyk taps it back that time. Boys High with an excellent scrum. Key and Meaden. They got numbers here. Q and Horn. It's a hanging one for Potamuman, but he does really well. The grade 11. The great future ahead of him. Moody at scrum off. And Udafia, the hammer thrower. Spies to Smuts. Starting this half wall like they did in the first half. Van der Westhuizen lays that one back. Teron tries to sniff a gap. Boys High won't really feel the pressure here, considering they are 15 points in front. And they'll be happy to defend for a while. But the key is, can Landbou pull through the phases and find some space? As they look to do the hard yards here, Nukir finds a runner. And it's been turned. Rudder has had a good shift in 2019 as well. Jacques Rousseau. He can be dangerous from anywhere.
Unfortunate for Jacques Rousseau, that ball going into touch. Good defence by Paarl Boys High, and they got the reward for it with a turnover ball. Unfortunately, couldn't make use of it. It feels like Boland Landbou on. They're not managing to create quick ball for themselves. They carry strongly, they get over to the gain line, but they're not managing to get that quick ball to put the defence under pressure.
Shambles at line-out time, and Meaden lays it back beautifully. Box and Q and Horn and Xavier Farmer. Boys High looking threatening. Yes, Fenton now, the number 5. It's a good ball for Van der Sant, and Meaden with the stab ahead. Tarek Peterson under pressure, and he does really well. Q Horn is chasing back. The sensation lays it back to Jacques Rousseau. Assesses his options. And it's worked out well for Rousseau.
It's lazy work by Boland Landbou, allowing that ball to bounce, going into touch, and all of a sudden they've given Paarl Boys High ball in their own half.
Inti Fourie in picture there. And Boys High, such a started side. 7 of the players today played in the Craven Week first side. It's 6 players making up the SA School squad. It's a scrappy line-out.
The line's been a mess for Paarl Boys High today. They've not managed to find the jumpers consistently. They've made it easy for Boland Landbou to compete. Again, an opportunity for Boland Landbou here to kick the ball into the corners of Paarl Boys High, make it tough for them to exit out, give themselves a first phase ball in the opposition half, and through doing that, create a bit of pressure.
Under pressure again. But they get the scrum right, and Snyman and Angelo Ush at the back. And he can really be dangerous, Ush. Jacques Rousseau. It's a scrappy ball that time, and Ush has to tidy up. Stasnol The scavenger. Van der Sant. A flat ball from Meaden to Lombard. And it's there now for Boland Landbou. Tehran. The box kick over the top. And it's a well-weighted kick that time. Now, can they put the pressure on?
It's a good kick by Jock Tron, just rolling it into the corner. And that's what they have to look to do in the second half. Put the ball into the corners of the Boys High side and then try to capitalise off this line-out. They've been struggling to have the Boys High line-out. Put pressure on this line-out, get the ball and build scoreboard pressure.
Gideon van Wyk can really do everything, the number 8. Superb take, Van der Sant, and tie the box. He is really under pressure here. Landbou trying to cause havoc. And Meaden with a superb kick there by Kian Meaden.
Yeah, a very good kick by Kian Meaden into this win, relieving a lot of pressure for the Boys outside. Slow start to the second half, Justin. Both teams still feeding each other out after their little shuffle towards the end of the first.
Corne Smith with a take that time. Tehran Nokia. He's had a few barnstorming runs. And Boys High, well, they've smashed and grabbed a lot of Landbou's player. And great ball that time from Williams and Gideon van Wyk. Not one of the gods of schoolboy rugby, the god of schoolboy rugby, Gideon van Wyk, with his 13th try of the season.
He does have it all, does Gideon van Wyk. He's got pace, he's got skill, he's got vision as well, does the young man. A brilliant try and well deserved for the SA Schools back rower. Turnover ball again, Boland Landbou, ball in hand, turning it over after a good tackle by Stasnell. Then Alistair Williams into space. Look at Stasnell, turn over the ball after a tackle, gets into the hands of Alistair Williams. And once this man gets his hands on the ball, we said in the first half, anything can happen. He will reward you, and you duly obliges. Gideon van Wyk, 5 points for Paarl Boys High.
And many of you will remember that try he scored at the Piley Reese against Bishops. Really similar in nature. And I think it's safe to say that his move from Menlo Park Andries 2 years ago has been the right move, considering he is in that SA School side. So Kian Meaden now. Drags that one. But Andries as well, out of the 3 players from Boys High who are on that SA first side. Tyler Box was at Paul Roos 2 years ago as well.
Yeah, Tyler Box was at Paul Roos 2 years ago. Gideon van Wyk from Menlo Park, and then Kian Meaden also from up north. Great acquisitions for Paarl Boys High, and they certainly are stalwarts of this team. They're players on which they can rely. They form the backbone of the team together with Alistair Williams and the captain Reinsberger. And they are a very, very good schoolboys rugby team.
So Boys High, just so much class. And a great line there from Tyler Box. And Reinsberger now, the captain. And Jock Rousseau. Javier Farmer. Really untidy again. It's a 20-point ball game. And Duplessis. Landbou really need to try exploit this Boys High defense. But it really is a brick wall. Puta Muman. It's almost as if there is nowhere to go, but Wenzel finds some good space down there, and Jacques Rousseau, well, that is quite impressive from the fullback.
Good work by Jacques Rousseau, under a lot of pressure, and managed to escape a couple of tackles. He is a big man, is Jacques Rousseau, for a school by 15. It looks like Henty Fourie has stayed down after that attempted tackle on the big man from Paarl Boys High.
So still 22 minutes to go. Boys High have had an exceptional season, beating the likes of Glenwood and Uppies with ease. Victory against Bishops as well at the end of last term. Victory against Paul Ruiz. And the only time they've really looked under pressure was against Grey College, and then of course Holt McCarthy and Meaden just getting a word there.
They have improved as a team, have Paarl Boys High. New coach this season. Sean Erasmus left at the end of last year, and then Peter Engeldo has come in to coach the Paarl Boys High team, and he's had a slow start to the season, but slowly but surely his structures are going into place and understanding what they want of them, and they're becoming better and better as a team, and they certainly will be competitive in the years to come.
Star Snow is off the field, and coming on is Cameron Hanekom, and he can also be pretty deadly. Likes to run with the ball in hand. The grade 11. Duplessis, and it's been snapped back. Javier Farmer beats one, he beats two, dancing all over the show. Great ball there from Williams to tie the box. Splendid ball, Horn to Oshnal. Landbou really in a lot of trouble. And that's advantage here to Boys High, who are looking for their 5th try of the game. It's Venter edging his way closer. Rueda. Ivan Rueda. It's there for Van der Sun. Back on the inside to Williams. And he drops the bucket.
Yeah, Boland Landbou under pressure here, Justin. The more Boys High hold on to the ball, the more pressure will be on the Boland Landbou players. They have to hold on to it, do they? The boys from the farm. They can't give this Boys High team anything to play with. Now, interesting in the second half, holding on to the ball. In the first half, we saw Boys High getting little chips kicks over, and the grubbers in behind Boland Landbou, because I knew that if they give the ball away, it's going to be tough for the Boland side to get yards on them kicking the ball away. At the second half, intelligent play by the youngsters, keeping the ball in hand, not necessarily kicking it away, but making sure that they hold on to it.
Snyman now. So Landbou not where they want to be, and Wenzel is under a lot of pressure, but look at the dancing shoes there, and he does really well, and that is beautiful from the fly off.
Good work by Wenzel. Tremendous result for Boland Landbou. Under a lot of pressure, stepped up the right foot and then kicked it 60 meters down the field.
So this icy weather has not kept the crowd away at all. Williams to throw. Van Wyk taps it back. Picked up by Angelo Osh. Really in control. They really are, Paarl Boys. They're really looking to suffocate Landbou. Hanekom Gets offload away to Box. And then the captain, Rainsberger, drops the penny. Henry van der Westhuizen with a solid run. Tehran. De Wit with the flat ball. Angelo Osh. Great play there by the right winger. Landbou did well to catch him. Needed to Williams. Kewan Horn with the step. Hanekom lets it go. And that will upset Boys High. Bensel with a good exit.
A good exit again by Bensel, but once again, Boland Landbou turning over ball, allowing these quick backs to get into space. How good has Tyler Box been today as well, getting offloads away. Very soluble, Williams-like. He's a big frame, he's a youngster.
And it's a mess again. But it's Boys High advantage through Rueda. Difficult one there for Van den Berg. Back on the inside to Gideon van Wyk. And Miedenaar with the show and go, and he finds space. Reinhard Rainsberger. Captain's play there. And Landbou getting out of trouble again, but they're not quite out of it yet. Lombard. And they work the hands here. Rueda. The powerful carry. And it's a scrum to Boys High, but they do have the advantage here. Hanekom. And Fenter once more. And Rueda. They're really looking like they're enjoying themselves out here on their fortress. Meaden with the slip pass to tie the box. Absolutely magnificent from Ty the Box. He is just too good.
Yeah, we've just mentioned the young man. Big frame on him, good handoff, good power, good offload. He's got everything, this man, and rewarded with a try late in the second half. And at the moment, Boys High just seem like they're getting away from the Boland Landbou team. Tremendous build-up, end-to-end stuff. As we look at the end of this, Kiemin holding it up slightly. Tyler Box with a good line, good leg drive, and over in the corner. Well rewarded after a good day's shift for the inside centre.
Meaden with a great break leading up to that try.
Difficult kicking conditions today for Kian Meaden. Against the foot, just about on the far touch.
So radar not functioning. But the Brook Street Army there, they'll be very happy with what they have seen. And still 15 minutes to go. Can Landbou come up with a few tries here? Started the game with a bang. Can they find something? Beautiful play there from Marco de Wit. But he loses it. Gideon van Wyk. The kick over the top. Well, can you really believe this? This is absolutely amazing. from Boys High. What a score for Boys High. They're really racking up the points here. And it looks like it's Keen Barnard.
Keen Barnard on the field for Vian van der Sant and makes an immediate impact. Massive hand was played in that try by Gideon van Wyk, the 8 for Boys High. Kicked through, chased it up, managed to get it back into the hands of his own teammates and rewarded with 5 points. And again, Boland Landbou, in this instance, Boeta Milman, allowing the ball to set up, not putting enough effort into getting his hands onto the ball, and getting punished with 5 points. Just again, Boland Landbou not managing Justin to keep the ball in hand, and they are absolutely getting punished at the moment by a quality Boys High team. One thing that you have to mention as well, Justin, is that Boys High have been good with ball in hand. They've been clinical. They've been good defensively. One thing they'll be worried about is the line-out. The line-out's not functioned well today. They've got 2 weeks to fix it before the big match on Forest Road.
Meaden. And the Mercurial talent gets it right this time.
That's a tremendous kick from the right-hand corner for Kian Meaden. Straight into the wind. And it's a stiff one that's blowing at the moment.
At 2:30 today, we have St Andrews and Dale College. So stay tuned for that one. And Boys High, well, they'll just root this. Keen Barnard, Gideon van Wyk, surely not. Him, and almost him again. But that would have been a sight. Andries did really well initially.
Keen Barnard into the game again with a line break and almost putting his partner in crime in for his try. Gideon van Wyk, he's been all over the park in the second half.
So Boys are just not stopping at the moment.
Looks like they're starting to enjoy themselves. It's the last game on their home field for a lot of these players, and they're just enjoying the moment and the occasion and taking it all in.
Ruda looks to set up the maul, but it's been dismantled. Kian Meaden, Kewan Horn looking for try number 2. He is a masterclass, Kewan Horn. What a player, what a talent.
There's nothing on in that try, nothing. Didn't deserve to score it at all, but what does this man do? He creates his own magic, does Kewan Horn. Tremendous step off the right or the left foot, handoff and over the uprights. Just look at this, there's nothing on. He had no right to do this. Big step off the left foot, little handoff, and under the uprights. Stalwart again, Justin, a stalwart for Paarl Boys High. Looks like a quiet individual, just goes about its business. Well, boy, does he do it well.
Very unlucky not to make that first side for SA Schools. He is in the second side. But one must remember as well that there are 3 quality centres in that SAA team. But Kewan Horn, what a future he has. So still 9 minutes to go here. And Andries Landbou, they really don't want to leak in 50 here. They want to take home a few more tries.
Now they certainly will want to do that. As you look at Kian Meaden getting substituted and his day's work done. He's been good today, Kian Meaden.
Cameron Hanekom. And look at him go. Javier Farmer now. The runaway bullet. Still going, Javier Farmer. Great strength. Hanekom once more. He looks like a prospect. Ritter hitting the ball at pace. What a sight with the offload to his lock partner, Neil Fenter. This is magical stuff here. Is that Barnard again? It is. The super sub gets his second try of the fixture.
Tremendous impact has the little halfback had since he's come onto the field. A try, a line breaker now, another try for the youngster. Tremendous stuff.
$50 points up, yeah.
And the boys outside just enjoying themselves again. Look at that kid, Barnard. Good pass, good carry, offload. And then this pass over here, getting Keen Barnard over for 5 points. There's still a lot of work to do, Justin. Managed to go over for 5 points. And just enjoying themselves, are they, Boys High? We've seen this in the past. Boland Landbou extremely competitive in the first 30, 35 minutes. But somehow they just lose their way in the second half.
What is a young Landbou side? Bearing in mind the starting lineup for Boys High, 14 out of 15 were matrics. And they've just been relentless. They really have. And Landbou, Snyman meets a firm brick wall. Tehran, who had a marvellous first half. And DeWitt. He's held up there by Jade Hendricks. 6 minutes to go. Boland Landbou really wants some consolations here.
Dangerous tackle by Jade Hendricks around the neck and getting penalised for it. It's been an exciting match, Justin. We still have another 5-6 minutes to go. But boys are on the day, just too good for Boland Landbou. Very clinical in the way they executed their attack. Defensively, they've been strong. They've made good tackles. They've not allowed Boland Landbou anything at all. And they showed good discipline as well. They gave away very few penalties in this match. You look on at the Boland Landbou coaching staff.
So can they get their second try of the fixture? Smith that time with the take. And they get going here with the roiling ball. Jock Tehran. Try time. So Landbou eventually get rewarded. And it's the hooker, Tion du Plessis, who scores his 9th try of the season. Well done, Boland Landbou.
Good resolve shown by Boland Landbou out of this game, but they're not going to stop fighting. And a well-deserved 5-pointer for Tion du Plessis. And this was always going to be their best chance, though, Justin, is to be good in the set pieces, be good at line of time, be good at scrum time, put pressure on the pack of fours of Boys High and get rewarded for it. Good take in the line out. They set the ball early. You can see the handiwork of Dion Carstens in that. Well-coached pack of forwards are Boland Landbou over for the 5-pointer.
So still a few minutes left. And Landbou get a consolation. They'll be looking to add to that. Rousseau. Tehran. Reese du Plessis. Jock Rousseau with the step. Back to du Plessis. And Rikus Jonk. Making some good meters As Boys High look to put up 60. It's Fenter. And the locks of Boys High have been really impressive. Barnard with a slip pass to Hanakom. It's there for Barnard. Rainsberger. Barnard. Gideon van Wyk tries to solve the dummy. Landbou with good defense. Barnard really close. And here's another try. Alistair Williams, the hooker, scores.
Clinical try by the Boys High side. Held onto the ball for long enough, and at the moment Boland Landbou not making those positive tackles, Justin. They're just holding on. Boys High gaining yards every single time they carry, and then well deserved with a try. Alistair Williams off the back of good teamwork. Keen Barnard's been good since he's been on the field. Another strong carry by Gideon van Wyk, a stalwart of the Boys High team. And if they keep hold of the ball for long enough, they'll be rewarded. Good line was a Jacques Rousseau, and then over the try line, Alistair Williams. And again, the second half, Boland Landbou just falling off tackles and letting the game slip away from them. We saw it against Bishops, and it's happening again today.
So we've seen 11 tries so far in this fixture, 9 going the way of Boys High, and they're just really not stopping. Well, this is absolutely magical from Fenter, but he throws an intercept ball there to Wenzel, who scored a wonderful try at the start of this game, and look at him go. That was a sight to behold there, Andries, by Neil Fenter. Xavier Farmer. Can you believe it? He hasn't been on the score sheet today, and he wants a try. The runaway bullet. He's bundled into touch.
Yeah, Neil Fenter has been good today. He's carried strong for his side. Got them go over the gain line. Quick ball every single time he carries into contact. And a tough customer on defence.
The Boys High Army putting Landbou under pressure there. Will there be time for the scrum? There is a few seconds to go.
And for a lot of these boys, last game on the main field for the Paarl Boys High side, and they won't believe how quickly the 5 years at school have flown by. And it's unbelievable to think that we're reaching the back end of the schoolboy season again, Justin.
But it is the best part of the season, Andries, with a lot of thrillers coming up. Barnard, Jacques Rousseau at fly-off, and Rikus Jonk and Reese Duplessis. Gives it back to Barnard. Good play there from Fenter. And is a 10th try on the cards here for Boys High. They just haven't stopped the whole game. Fenter with a slip ball there to Rikus Jonk. Making meters at will are Boys High. And that time it's Rueda. Really close. The skipper, Rainsberger, and he loses it forward. And is that all? It is. Quintal Immelman signals the end of the game. Paarl Boys High 60, Boland Landbou 14. In Paarl Boys High's final game at home, they have scored 9 incredible tries. And they'll take a lot of confidence going into the end of the season. Andries.
Yeah, they're heading form at the right time of the season, are they, Justin? They're just building and getting better as the year goes on. They've filled with a lot of superstars in their team. They've got tremendous talent. They've got a lot of experience in the team as well. And as the confidence grows and the maturity grows in that side, they'll become better and better. And in 2 weeks' time, a massive game between Paarl Boys High and Paarl Gymnasium here in Paarl. Tremendous match of rugby. 16 plays 14. Boland Landbou, they fought valiantly. A young team, and they've got a lot to build on for next season.
So just for future fixtures for both these sides, Boys High play Rondebosch away from home next week, then followed by the big one against Paarl Gym at Forest Street. For Boland Landbou, they play Paarl Ruis at home, and then they have Oakdale. Don't go anywhere at 2:30 at St Andrews versus Dale College. Thanks for joining us.
Vores fordels enorm. En sværlig sang i nejre. Så siger man som.